Hello and welcome to the Blytheweigh Mining Show, coming to you live from Core Finance in the heart of London. I'm Matt Brown and I'm joined down the line by Roger Murphy, who is CEO of Sula Iron and Gold. Thank you very much for coming on today, Roger. Are you well?
Very well, thanks, Matt. I hope you are as well.
Yeah, very well. Good to speak to you. Now, for new investors and viewers, can you just give us an overview of Sula Iron and Gold, where you operate and what you do?
Yeah, we're a pretty small but dynamic AIM-listed gold and iron ore exploration company. Our assets are in Sierra Leone. We have a JORC-compliant JORC-compliant resource on iron ore, but our focus and what I'm here to talk about today and what we've been doing over the last year is advancing our gold project, which is in north-central Sierra Leone.
And with regards to advancing that project, you have a recent announcement about incoming funds from, I believe, Riverfort Capital. Can you just give us an overview of that funding and what that potentially means for the company?
We've announced today the raise of £900,000 arranged via Riverfort Capital. It's structured in two tranches. The first tranche of around £400,000 gross is paid to us straight away, and then there is a sharing agreement whereby they then pay us. The balance of £500,000 is paid in 12 monthly tranches, and the quantity that we get of that 1/12 of £500,000, about 40-odd thousand, is dictated by the performance of our share price relative to the benchmark price, which is a small premium to the deal price.
And can you just elaborate on the details of the funding deal, if you don't mind, and how the subscription works?
Sure. As I say, £400,000 gross comes to us right now. That should keep us going for quite a little while. And then for 12 months, each month, they pay us around £43,000. But that quantity is adjusted by our share price relative to the benchmark price. So if we're a lot higher than the current benchmark price, and with the news flow we're expecting, I certainly hope we will and expect we will be, then we would receive significantly more than that 43,000. The corollary of that is that if our share price declines, I certainly hope it does not, and I would expect it shouldn't, given the news flow that we're expecting, then we would receive less. So that's the riskiness of the facility. But in order to try to offset that, as part of today's announcement, the whole board, myself included, have elected to reduce our salaries by 50% for the balance of this year, so that more of the money we're raising goes directly into the ground to advance our gold project.
So you're putting your money or potential salary where your mouth is, and I'm sure investors will appreciate that. Now, looking at the positives and benefits of this funding deal, can you just talk us through what the benefits to going down this route are?
Well, firstly, it's an available route. I mean, as many small cap companies will attest, the market is very difficult at the moment, and money is not readily available from most sources. And where it is available, the terms are, I would say, egregious. So I think, the availability, the size of the financing, the fact that it means that we will not be coming back to the market for several months. Certainly, we're guiding the market well into 2018 next year before we would need to recourse to the market. Those are all positives, I would say. And the fact that there will be a monthly payment on top of the upfront fee will also help us to keep going and to maintain our exploration program in Sierra Leone.
And you already mentioned the benchmark, so it does put an onus on the share price, and therefore investors will be looking for positive news flow over the next 12 months to help support that share price. Can you give us an indication of what is to come in the next 6 months?
Yes, of course. I mean, the imminent catalyst, and it's a significant one, is the majority of the assay results from our recent 5,000-meter drill program. In early August, we announced the first 3 holes, but there are another 11 which are due to come out. The samples from those holes have left Sierra Leone. They're on their way to the lab for analysis in Ireland, and they should be out sometime in mid-September. And with that batch of 11 boreholes, or the assays, samples from 11 boreholes, there is also a big surface sampling program that we've conducted across many of the other areas of our license where we see evidence of gold mineralization, or where things look prospective for gold mineralization. So we would see that second set of assays as giving us an idea of where next. We have a big license area, we see gold evidence right across the license area, and we'll use this surface sampling program to direct the next phase of exploration, which will be the news catalyst that comes out later into this year.
Fantastic. Sorry.
Thing that I'd like to say, Matt, sorry to interrupt you, is that depending on the quality of the assay results and how much data we get, we will be analysing this data. There's a rainy season ongoing in Sierra Leone, as people tragically know. But during this rainy season, our data will be interpreted and extrapolated using geological techniques. And if the data permits, we would be looking to release sometime, probably into October or November, a maiden JORC resource on our most advanced target, Sanama Hill. I would caution that this is unlikely to be a massive maiden resource, and it certainly wouldn't be global, neither for Sanama nor particularly across the whole license area, but it would be a point for the market to see that we are continuing to make concrete progress when many other companies are, I think, struggling.
And so obviously some milestones to look out for. And just generally, looking at the gold and iron markets, we're seeing an uplift in this commodity space. How do you see that panning out? And obviously that's got to be positive for your company at the moment.
Yeah, look, I think iron ore, it's a bulk commodity, and as I've said several times in the past, the size of our resource is too small for us ever to want to mine it ourselves. But I just remind people that we are contiguous with the what used to be African Minerals mine. Tonkalili is now run by Shandong, the Chinese steel company, and we'd be interested in doing a farm out deal where they mined our iron ore at some point. So we think there is value, but gold is what will drive the company, and we do intend to change the name to reflect that to Sula Gold, and that's something we will get round to in this financial year that starts in October. The market is, I think, concerned over parts of the world and is looking for exposure to gold. And as gold pushes up towards 1,300, and I hope pushes through that at some point, interest in our project should grow. That's certainly one of the reasons we were attracted in the first place to become involved in Sula.
So Roger, just to ask, is this the first time you've structured a finance deal like this?
Well, in the equity market, Matt, yes, it is. But I would remind investors this is the second sort of what we would describe as sort of imaginative and dynamic deal. We also, with our driller, Equity Drilling, we're paying them 50% in cash and 50% in stock, which has allowed us to drill a lot more than we would have with the money we've raised. So I think we've brought a dynamic and imaginative approach to sort of de-risking Sula, and achieved 9,000 meters of drilling this year, which I think is a good achievement. And some of our results, 15.9 grams over 3.2 meters, have been very impressive as well. And we hope that we will be reporting more high-grade results as we move into September.
So lots to look out for. Obviously a busy day for Sula today. Hope that all goes well with the new finance package. Roger Murphy of Sula Iron and Gold, the CEO there, thank you very much for joining us down the line today for the Blytheweigh Mining Show.
Matt, thank you for your time.